Sorry I'm out of breath. I hiked up a massive hill, going back down the other direction. So I'm in Blue Jay, California, which is a tiny little community just outside of Lake Arrowhead. I'm looking for a sighting location from a woman named Claudia Ackley, who supposedly filmed a Sasquatch type creature somewhere along this trail. In the video there are a couple distinguishing trees that I should be able to pick out if I could ever find them, but as of yet I have not. This is day 2 of looking. Hi there, folks. So I'm out here in Blue Jay, California, which is just off of Lake Arrowhead, which happens to be where I live. And I'm here exploring a supposed Bigfoot sighting that took place back on March 27th of 2017. The witness's name was Claudia Ackley, and she's a resident of nearby Crestline. Now, what makes this sighting significant, outside of the fact that it's right down the road from my house, is she caught it on video, which I will show you here.
My daughters were about 10-20 feet behind me, and as I turn around, I'm looking straight, and I see the creature on that tree. So what I do is I continue walking closer to try to tell myself, am I seeing a shadow, a tree stump? At that point, I see his head turn, so I know that I'm not looking at a shadow. And this is where I stop, and this is where everything pretty much happened. This is where my daughter videotaped from your angle to the tree right up here.
I swear to God. Mom?
I see it. Is it by the tree?
Yeah.
In the shoulder?
Yeah.
I want to go home now. Did it move? Yes.
Mom?
He weighed about 800 pounds. He had hair all over him, orangutan color. He also did not show his teeth, but he had black solid eyes. And this is where he was at. My daughter saw 2 of them running at this point, where we have a 13-inch print in this area, and they run back here with the big guy. So there was a total of 3 Sasquatches that day.
And the other significant piece of this is the fact that she sued the state of California for not disclosing, I guess, the fact that they knew Bigfoot existed. Believe it or not, that case was promptly kicked out of court just a few days ago. So apparently that's not going to go anywhere, and I'm not all that surprised, and I don't think anyone else is either. One notable thing about that case is that Bigfoot investigator Todd Standing was actually involved in the suit as well, which, if you know of him, you know he is a polarizing figure in the Bigfoot world. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spin this camera around, and I'm going to show you what she saw and kind of talk you through it, which you saw the video, so you kind of have an idea, but I'll show you what it looks like today. So basically, this tree right here is the tree in question. And according to the video, it appears that it is, well, it appears that she thinks it's standing about on that branch right there. It's a little bit difficult to determine exactly where it was, and it looks like this branch may have fallen off during one of these recent storms. Now, she does claim that there are a lot of stick structures and tree breaks and, you know, all that stuff, but truth be told, sometimes we get feet of snow at a time up here, so these pine trees are fairly weak, and it doesn't take a whole lot for them to snap off. So yeah, we do have a lot of tree breaks, and we also have an explanation for it. So I'm standing beneath the tree right now where the creature was seen. I'll go ahead and film right up it, I guess. The first little hole right in this area is probably about I want to say 18 to 19 feet off the ground, which would make that branch probably 20 feet, maybe a little bit less. The tree's definitely big enough to hold a heavy being, but not real sure how it would get up there. It has nice climbing claws of some sort. In addition to her claims, she's also set up a gifting tire, or at least someone has. We have ourselves a little Bigfoot, our little monkey. Ooh, a nice can of Diet Coke. What else do we have in here? Oranges, tangerines, some feathers. Ooh, some shades. Yeah. Get some shades going on here. And Bigfoot likes some cheap Chinese sunglasses. Looks like there's an electronic book, which that's not going to go very well. Yeah, it's pretty much destroyed. And then there's, yeah, it's one of those sound books that you press the button and it makes noise. Oh, and there's some Bigfoot hair in there. Don't know how to get it to play, but oh, kitty. Ooh, bear. So anyway, not real sure what the plan is here with these. It's, to me, it just looks like littering, but whatever. So what makes this kind of significant for me is that my cabin is probably 5 miles from here on the other side of the lake. I know this area fairly well. In fact, there's a nice little barbecue joint about, I don't know, 100 yards down the hill here. We're really close to Agua Fria and Blue Jay, the two little towns that are nearby. The general area here has roughly about 12,000 people that live in it, and there's 45,000 that live on the mountain in general. So there are some spaces where, you know, it's a bit secluded. There's a lot of landmass here, but not in this area. I mean, if you go over this hill right here, there's $1 million homes. If you go right down here, there's businesses. There's a thrift shop right down the hill here. We're just in a small swatch of land between two developed areas that I just don't see anything spending any amount of time in here. Bears, on the other hand, I actually have a friend that lives on the street that this is off of, and she claims to have seen several black bear, and there's a mama black bear with 2 cubs, at least there was last year. So I'm guessing maybe that's what Claudia saw that day, was perhaps a black bear, which I could see going up that tree. It's a nice little nook for her to set in. So anyway, I intended on this video being a lot longer, but truth be told, this is very underwhelming, and I just don't see any validity to the claim whatsoever. When I get back to the editing room, I'll see if I can add some information, but for now, this is what we got. So thanks for tuning in, and I think next month's video is going to be based on tarot readings, I believe, if I can get that lined up. So stay tuned. Thank you for subscribing, and we'll talk to you soon. Oh, and before I leave, I just got to show you this awesome shirt. Let me get in the sunlight here. This awesome shirt from my friend Erie Eric. Now, when I investigate a sighting of a cryptid, you know, Sasquatch or the like, one of the things I do is I look around and kind of gauge whether or not there's enough food to substantiate a species like that. And in this particular instance, I kind of think there might be. As you can see here, squirrels already got to this, but there are half a dozen, if not more, conifer species up here that produce pine nuts. There's tons of acorns. There's plenty of mule deer, black-tailed deer, fungus. I mean, you name it. And unlike most places, winter is weird here. Right now it's 50 degrees probably and sunny, and 2 days from now we could have a foot of snow, and 4 days from now it could be 50 degrees and sunny and the snow could be gone. stone throw away, 8 miles probably, you were at the desert floor. And 45-minute drive from here, you're in Palm Springs and it's 100 degrees. So, you know, if there was a migrating creature, I feel like they would survive. Now, the problem is, heard something behind me. Now, the problem with that is twofold. One, water is scarce in the summertime. We do have Lake Arrowhead, but I could barely find a spot to fish, let alone, you know, an 8-foot tall creature find a spot to drink. There's dock after dock after dock lining that lake. The other issue is there's a lot of people here, and in the summertime there's even more. This is a big resort town. It's a big resort area, tons of tourists. Day in and day out, the roads here are just clogged with people. So for this thing to get around undetected, there's only been, as far as I know, a handful of sightings up here over the past 50 years. So if these creatures were migrating around, I feel like they'd be seen a lot more often. But you know, bears live here, and in fact the largest community on the mountain is Big Bear. There's a Big Bear Lake. It's 40 minutes from here probably, and it's called Big Bear for a reason. When they found gold near Big Bear, they also found huge grizzlies and tons of them. So the name Big Bear kind of stuck. The grizzlies are now extinct in this area, but there are still plenty of black bear. So you know, I suppose it's plausible for something to live here. There's just so many people that I don't think it could stay undetected as long as it has. I mean, I've passed 6-7 people walking on this trail so far today, and it's a Friday morning. So you know, it is what it is.